everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates, and I want to do a VR for the lovely Eva Seferiadou, and she is from Greece. And Eva does so many challenge entries, and she does so much seamstress work and beautiful pen cushions, which I happen to own, and she's just an amazing crafter. And her work is flawless and always so beautiful with really unique trims and laces. And now she's having her own challenge, and many of you have already entered. I'm almost on the late show here, but I wanted to show you what I made for her because her request was that we make something small, but I wanted it to be useful. So I made a cosmetic bag, and this is the back of it. And I'm sorry if all the colors are kind of blending together because of the lighting, but I think you can see it okay. This is the back, and there's a little doily pocket, if you can see that. And then I put a little acrylic rose there. And this little pocket, she can put little things like bobby pins or, you know, safety pins, stick gum, something that she can, you know, tuck in. And then I put this shiny braid, is that what you call it, around the edges, and I covered it in lace and a couple layers of doilies and a little bit of pearl trim. So that's the back, and then this is the front. See if I can get the dangle to behave. I kind of wanted it to be on the shabby chic theme, so it's not, you know, ironed perfectly or anything like that. But on the front we have a couple little lace flowers and ribbon roses. This is a little swag of antique vintage lace from a handkerchief, and then I dangled some pearls right here, and then there's this really pretty pearl trim. There it is. Not showing you very well. Going across. And then I have a little dangle here, which is a cameo. And then just one of those little handmade with love hearts. And then this is vintage lace I got from the from the lace haul that I did. And a little more of that handkerchief there. Yeah, so this is the front, and a couple more layers of lace. So inside it zips open, and I made her a tissue holder. So this is the tissue holder. I didn't put a pocket on the back of this one since there's a pocket on the back of the cosmetic bag, but it's got pretty peach colored tissue. And then I put some of those vintage little florets, which is lace, and a little crochet flower with a pearl center, and another crochet flower here with a pearl center. So there's the cosmetic bag, the tissue holder, and then I made her a cosmetic mirror. Hope you can see that okay. And then there's a little bit, let's see if I can get it to the right angle. There's a little bit of what is that? Vintage lace and a ribbon rose, and then I trimmed it with daisies and tiny little pearls. Shaz, I thought of you. I laid all these little pearls by myself. Took a little time. It's not focused, is it? There's my camera. Anyway. And then on the other side, there's some vintage lace and some pearl trim, and you can see the shabby vintage embroidery a little better. So that's for Eva, and I'm going to get it in the mail so I don't miss her deadline, which is April 15th. And it just zips, and I just put a little bit of pearl, there it is, trim on the end. I might change that up a little bit. But then the other thing I thought I would show you, which I want to stick, the last thing I'm going to stick in her cosmetic bag is when you go to these hotels and they have these bars of soap. I thought, you know, sometimes we put sachets, and I didn't really have a small sachet. And I'm going to show you what I decided to do. And I'm sure somebody else has probably thought of this, but I thought you can take those pretty soaps. This one's sugar pear and winterberry, and I love the way this one smells. It's called Refreshing Citrus. But I mean, what do you do with all those little soaps if you go to the hotels a lot? There's not a whole lot to do with them. So I decided to take thin lace. Hold on one second. I left my thin lace over there. Okay, so I decided to take thin lace and make these into a sort of a sachet. And I think all you have to do, I mean, you could paint this if you wanted to, with gesso or white paint or any paint really, but it's not that serious. I just want to cover it, and you can use any lace you want. So I'm just going to use this pretty thin lace and wrap it around. And I thought it would be a great idea if you do these and throw them in your cosmetic bag or makeup bag, because sometimes you get out and there's no soap, and all you'd have to do is gently take the lace off, and you'd have a little soap for washing your hands or for whatever you might need it for. So I'm going to cover it with a little bit of lace like this, and I have another piece of vintage corded lace, and this is just real random. You know, you could use your little snippets for this. I think covering these would be a great idea from your snippet roll. I don't know about you guys, but I can never bear to cut my snippet rolls. I've tried, I'm just not there yet. But I really do think they're meant to be used, so hopefully I will get over the fear factor of cutting into my snippet rolls. So I put a little lace there. I'm just putting a little extra to cover up the black lettering. And I am working on top of paper here, just in case you were wondering. And I'll cover a little bit more on this side, like here. I'm just going to trim that off, like so. And then I just need to look and see where it needs a little bit more. There. And there. And there. Okay, let's set that down a second. And then I have these pretty little chiffon flowers that I just got. And I'm going to probably put one of these on there. I like that. Just stick this down really well. And then I thought, once it's all covered the way you want it, if you put it down in your cosmetic bag, it'll serve as an emergency bar of soap, and it'll serve as a sachet. So that's that. That's a way of reusing your little bars of soap that you get from the hotel or as a gift. And you can also do it on the little bottles of lotion, you know, just wrap them just to make them extra pretty. So that was just my little idea I thought I'd share with you. And I love how fast Fabri-Tac dries, because in a couple minutes, I can add this to Eva's little cosmetic bag, and then I'll get it all packaged up and ready to go. So that is my VR for Eva. I'll leave the link to her channel. If you don't know who she is, you're gonna love her projects, and you're gonna love her. Even though you don't get to hear her, her personality shines through all her beautiful work. So stop over and subscribe and say hello. Thanks for watching. Bye.